Are we live? I think we are live. We might as well start the stream. See if who turns up, how many people. Well, doesn't usually we don't usually see a whole lot of people turn up because it's not like I'm some kind of huge streamer. Well, right now there is no one turning up. So we will wait a few minutes to see if we get anyone viewing. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should be like talking about anything during these moments when we are waiting for people to turn up, because like you know, if nobody is listening to me right now, maybe somebody clicks the VOD later and they will hear this. So like maybe I should be starting the streams with just saying something, so that when people come to see the VOD later, they'll see something interesting. Did I put Ahri in the title? I think I put Ahri in the title. So seeing just the name of Ahri might make people come around and to see the stream, because Ahri is super popular for obvious reasons. But this is not clickbait. We will really be playing with Ahri, because Ahri is a playable character in this game, just quickly make some notifications. On Discord, so people know to come around. Okay. Yeah, nobody right now. Still nobody watching. I will wait these few minutes until the official stream time begins. I will wait. Like I usually have a topic like to talk about when I'm like starting the stream. Like I do have like something to talk about, something to mention. Like I didn't really think about anything like very specific. Like the last like half an hour, I've been just like browsing, just to pass the time until the stream starts, because I didn't want to like start anything big, because then I'd have to stop. I'd have to break it up before the stream starts. So it's just browsing stuff, just random stuff on the internet. And there wasn't even anything like really interesting, anything to talk about. The show The Boys is back. The Boys, the show about what somebody imagined what superheroes would be really like in the real world. And to be perfectly frank, they went too hard in the other direction, and instead of realistic, it's like just extremely edgy. Like it's an extremely edgy show, but I do like watching it. Like I do like the characters, seeing what the characters are doing. See what happens to them with them next. It's one of those shows that it's kind of like watching a train wreck. I'm not saying it's a train wreck. It's like it's a bad show. It's a bad, like that. It's so bad. It's not bad. It's just like the story happening is like a train wreck. Like there is like a lot of people like dying in very grisly ways. Like a lot of terrible things happening to people, and like it isn't always done with a lot of sensitivity, if you know what I mean. It isn't always done with a lot of sensitivity. Like I don't want to bring up the whole topic on YouTube because I don't want YouTube getting mad at me. for the topic, which was on the show. Like the one of the characters like went like had to like infiltrate this I will say dungeon of one of the bad guys, and the character was subjected to some like I think I can say the abbreviation SA. If you know what I mean. Like this character was subjected to a lot of that. Like seriously, that was like the last season. Like that was serious. That was really bizarre. That was like 20 minutes of a character being like assaulted, uh, and afterwards, like the writer of the show, Eric Kripke, who's also written Supernatural, the original 5 seasons of Supernatural. The writer of the show, who I liked until then, writer of the show went on to say that, oh, that's a very dark way of looking at it. We thought it was hilarious. Sorry, I think I caught something. At least there was no one hearing that live. Anyway, like the writer of the show said he thought it was hilarious what happened to that character. So it's like it's bizarre what happens with this show sometimes. And maybe I should stop. I should stop talking about like the boys, like random stuff, because it is Ruined King stream, League of Legends related stream, as we are also in our in our own RPG. We are also planning our League of Legends event, where our characters will go on to explore a little bit of Runeterra, deal with some of the plots from the background of Runeterra more so than like the main plots going on, especially now that they like rolled back the timeline. They rolled back the timeline in like official League of Legends because of like Arcane, but we keep going forward because I went back to like the original where the timeline originally was, and I don't mean that I like the rewound like the retcons. They have done a lot of retcons because of Arcade, because of that most recent major rewrite of a story that did a lot of retcons. Hello, my loyal viewer. So we in our RPG we are going like back to where the timeline was before they rolled back. So like we will be in like year 998. So I will continue from where the story was going, and including like including undoing some of the recent retcons, but not because like I have such a strong opinion about this story is bad now. It should have gone like the way it was originally going. Like I don't really have any strong opinions on the Runeterra stuff. Too many strong opinions on the Runeterra stuff yet. I did like Arcane, the show. I did like the show. But it was pretty interesting, pretty entertaining show. But if it was me in charge of it, I would have just kept the show continuity as a separate thing. I know it was popular. It was like I think it was like more popular than the actual League of Legends. It was like more popular than the actual League of Legends. So it's like kind of understandable that they want to stick to the new timeline that introduced with Arcane. That's what they want to do. But I'm when it comes to like story and continuity in like video games, TV shows, when it comes to that, I am a very conservative person. Like I'm very far from it, like politically, and like in the real world, I'm very far from being conservative. But when it comes to like continuity, in video games and TV shows. I am very conservative. There is a guy on YouTube that I sometimes watch. I watch him less now, but a guy called Steve Shives, if I'm reading his last name correctly. Steve Shives, I think he's called. He's doing like Star Trek stuff, a lot of Star Trek videos and political satire on the same channel. How he's doing that he's getting the views and he's still getting the popularity to have his channel take off. How he's doing that he's not getting pigeonholed into like one thing, that I don't know. That I don't know how he's managed to do that, but he's doing that. He's doing like Star Trek stuff, Star Trek skits, and he's doing like political commentary at the same time. And I like watching him sometimes, but sometimes he has this like very strange stance. Like whenever somebody like talks about like canon continuity, he gets very angry about canon continuity because he's like he seems to equate liking canon and continuity and liking continuity in fiction to being like actually politically conservative. Like whenever you mention like, well, okay, I'm a very progressive. When somebody would mention like I'm a very progressive person, like I want to see like representation and stuff, but this character had like an established appearance. Like I think it was Admiral Paris, I think that was, who was like had an established appearance, and sure, like they recast characters all the time. So he doesn't look. So he does now. If somebody was hired to play Admiral Paris now, he would look. Of course, he would look different from when he was like in the original series. Of course, he would look different. But also, like they recast him with a black actor. So of course he will look different. But I think that maybe looks a little bit too different. Like if it was a new character, like I have nothing against that. I have nothing against that. Of course, like yeah, hire the best actors you got. Hire the best actors you got. Don't care about their like ethnicity. Don't care about their sexual orientation. Don't care about any of that stuff. Hire the best actors you got. But like when it's an established character, maybe he should look like a little bit like the original character. But I don't bring this up where Steve Shives can hear you, because he will absolutely. I don't have the right like verb or adjective. League's story had the biggest problem that its storytelling was limited to cinematics, short stories, novels, and eventually the card game. All the comments now put in right now altogether. Storytelling was limited to cinematics, short stories, novels, and eventually the card game. There was really no streamlined place to properly develop the lore in a unified way. So with Arcane they got that, yeah, but then the Arcane didn't have things like the game and the short stories had. So hopefully if the MMO comes, there will be a good place to expand the lore without retconning, since you can always expand on lore in the past by many narrators. But we have both played World of Warcraft, so the MMO will obviously retcon stuff. The MMO will keep retconning stuff. World of Warcraft keeps retconning stuff. Like World of Warcraft and League of Legends are like the two properties that have the most retcons, because they just keep it. Because whenever they get a new cool idea, both universes, whenever they get the new coolest idea, 250 characters limit and messages is a bullshit. Yeah, YouTube. That's YouTube for you. But they're like the two most retconned universes. And I guarantee you, because I have seen what LoL is doing, like how often they retcon things, and I guarantee you they will keep retconning stuff in the MMO. They'll keep doing that. Riot said they want to unify the lore so they can avoid future retcons. I will believe it when I see it. And right now we are finally in the game, and if anybody missed it, we've fought Maokai with an in an accidental self-imposed hard mode, because I forgot to read the buffs. And I fought him without dispelling like the big damage reduction buff he had. So that was a whole thing. And what do we have to do? Maokai is willing to help any friend of the forest, but is unable to do with his roots petrified by the black mist. The source of the problem is in a blessed vault near his grove. Which direction that is, they do not tell us. Owen has lost his brother under suspicious circumstances near the jail. To learn more. Okay, and this is just return to the guy that we met like at the start of the, and this is a return to the bounty board in Bilgewater, so we're not doing that right now. So I still don't know which way we're supposed to go. Dread Woods or the Graveyard region map. Where are we? So the main quest I think is over here. And the graveyard is like a whole other thing. So should we be doing the graveyard first? Because it's like it doesn't point us in that direction. Like let's see the graveyard first. But this is where we came from, Academy Gardens, where we fought Maokai coming from this direction. Now what is this? We met one of these things, saw one of these things before. This is like a teleport. We can teleport back to the port and like hand in some of the quests. Okay, let's do that. And let's hand in some of the things at the docks, and then we'll. Are you the guy that I was supposed to talk to? No, this is just. There was one guy over here. I think that's you are supposed to be talking to. It is done. You brought everyone. I have no idea if this is the same voice I was doing for this guy last time. I do not remember. It is done. You brought everyone back. All of my friends. The Mistwalker beams. I cannot tell you how much it means to me. It has been a very long time since I felt real kindness, but you don't want to hear me prattle on. The Mistwalker extends his hand. Here, your reward. A hardened ring. I might just be spoiled by Warframe, which uses a bunch of really unreliable narrators to tell the story. Oh, okay. When the comments all come in. I might be just spoiled by Warframe, which uses a bunch of really unreliable narrators to tell the story, and with the next story beat you get someone else who lived the events, and the recollection of the events are different, but they still keep the general gist. So like, that guy was a tyrant and murdered by you becomes, that guy was a tyrant but he was actually working on being better until you murdered him, and then someone new comes around and says he was a tyrant and another tyrant had you kill him, so they could tyrant. That reminds me a little bit about Morrowind. It reminds me a little bit of Morrowind, and like there is a lot of ambiguity with the Morrowind story. And a part of the ambiguity is because literally all the things happened at the same time. Because there was like a dragon break, because like the timeline broke, because such important things happened that literally every single possible option happened at the same time. And there was like multiple dragon breaks in the story of the game. Okay, we got friends already. And there was like multiple dragon breaks in the story of the game. This guy also looks cool. Now this guy looks cool too, doesn't he? There was like multiple dragon breaks where the biggest dragon break, the most famous, not the biggest, the most famous dragon break from the story is because the one we actually play through in Daggerfall. Who has that final sacrifice? I am now reading the buffs. I think it says that it's on this guy. That when he cleanses all allies and heals them when he dies. So kill him first, okay? But exactly my time shirtless, yeah. It is. It's like it's got this mask, the staff, and the sensor. Like it creates a very like very cool. Creates a very yeah. You said shirtless. I should have said so. You must like Gragas. I should have said that. So yeah, so kill this guy first. We are Yasuo now. So let's do the one that does the debuff to this guy. Now Ahri. Finally we're playing Ahri. What can she do? Orb of Deception. Grants stacks of essence theft that she needs to power up abilities. Arcane Ward reduces... Oh, I forgot to do the leveling stuff. I was supposed to do the leveling stuff at the start. Arcane Ward reduces damage taken, ignites the target and applies magic thunder. Okay. We have mana, so what can we do here? Apply stun and slow. Okay. Or for 3 turns, anytime an ally takes damage, they are healed for 20 health and have a 20% chance to add a stack of essence theft to Ahri. Has reduced recovery time. Or deal damage to random enemy each turn for 3 turns. So we don't want to deal to random enemy because we want to kill this guy first. Deals magic damage and adds essence theft. If the target is below 30% health, deals more magic damage. So a killing blow would grant... Okay, so we don't want to use this last when an enemy is stuck near death. And deal to all enemies, so we don't want it. So let's do this. Okay, Brom will still be doing his stuff. These guys do not explode, do they? Like the other wisps. These magic upon reaching 12 stacks. This is my debuff that I put on them. So yeah, so these guys do not explode. The other wisps explode if they like get 2 turns. He's got like the new ability. Inspires all allies, increasing attack power and a haste and critical chance for 2. Yeah, so let's do that. And you, Yasuo. Okay, let's try this. This looks new. And is he like at 30%? Like I don't know what's his maximum health. I don't remember. 200 out of 770. So like 30% is 77 times 3. So it's 200 once. Okay, so he is below 30%. So I can now do this because he is below 30%. And it won't even happen because she's now targeting like one of these guys with the okay. So Yasuo. Let's do like one of the AoE ones to the target and the nearby enemy. But when they're like this, when they're aligned like this, when there's a space between them, they're not nearby enemies. I know I talk about Warframe a lot, but the story is really something. Like, explaining all of it would probably... Yeah. Explaining the story of Warframe would take a few hours, and then I would still not understand it. But remember, they always pull the most unexpected stuff. Yeah, this I definitely get, that they pull out, like, the most unexpected stuff. Because you've been telling me stuff about Warframe. Because you've been telling me stuff about Warframe. And what I get... I will tell you what I remember from Warframe. I will tell you what I remember from Warframe. There are these kids from like this ancient age, like centuries ago, who are like frozen in stasis somewhere, like preserved in some way, and I should like actually start healing as Ahri. There were like these ancient kids that were like preserved somewhere, frozen, and either frozen literally or in time, like somehow they were preserved, and then they wake up, and now there are these warframes running around, which is like and these warframes are like that are kind of like their own people, but they're also like kind of robots you pilot. And those kids are piloting those warframes, and those warframes, some of those warframes are like also like ancient people who like had a part in these ancient events, with this guy whose name I remember his name because it's a very unique name. He's a guy whose name is Ball Ass. It's literally his name. That's why I remember it. And he was like, and he like betrayed some people, like thousands of years ago. He betrayed some people, and he's now like ruling, like Earth or is like ruling Earth and like the solar system, the planets nearby. And now these kids are fighting back against him, and you can never hate insult or murder Bolas enough. I hear that. So let's let Yasuo finish with the ult. And okay, like he betrayed some people, and now like these warframes, some of these warframes remember it, and these kids are piloting those warframes. I don't know if he like dies in the story. I don't know that, because like I thought he was like a bad guy like in like the original story from like release game, and the game is like several years old. I should do the leveling stuff that I was supposed to do. Like everyone has something, but not equipment. And well, I can tell you that you got some of it right, and the rest is a lot of wrong. Okay, that is about as much of the story as I remember. And I don't know if this Bolas guy, if he was supposed to be a villain in like the original version of the game, but he still comes up because I saw this video of like this most recently released Warframe, and Bolas is still talking. So like, is he still alive, or is he like Diablo? Is he like Diablo that he like every time like a new update comes out, he has to be back because the game is called Diablo, so Diablo has to be in it. The game is 13 years old, yeah. So like, is Bolas like Diablo that he has to come back every time, or it's not Warframe? Is that it? Is that why I'm still see him coming up? Yeah, I have like one of these rooms, but I can't put it here. I do use that a lot now, but no, I don't have these either. I thought I had these. No, 0 upgrade points remaining. So why are you highlighting them if there is 0 upgrade points remaining? See, that's the neat thing. He is currently dead, but there are events that happened before he died. Okay, so is it time travel or like flashbacks? 0 upgrade points remaining. 0. Ahri. Yeah, Ahri needs the upgrade point. I need to spend these upgrade points. And passive. Gains essence theft from certain abilities. Each stack increases crit chance. Grants 5 overcharge when reaching full stacks of essence theft. I don't know how useful that will be. But you know, if I reach full stacks of essence theft, I probably spent a lot of mana. So having that overcharge will probably be helpful. So I'll do that. Let's see, what else can we really do? This sounds useful, like for a starter. Mostly flashbacks in Dakota of delving deep into your forgotten memories to relive the worst days of your life. So does the story like not like move on forward? Do they like just keep redoing the same parts? Okay, sure, let's do that. These are not getting upgraded. Man's Foxfire dealing to random enemy. I don't like the random. Yeah, I should like upgrade this. Bastian Flames deals 139 damage to all enemies and ignites them, dealing more damage. But I wanted her to be like a healer, so I want to Spirit Mend. Yes, I need to update that. Speed Lane cleanses too deep. I would love to remember to do Speed Lane, so I should just update the healing. And power Lane instead heals all allies. Okay, so this should be like, and I got like 1 point remaining. Okay, mostly flashbacks. And the Prime trailers, which are also voiced by Bolas, are like Bolas selling the designs to the board. It tells a story of the Warframe Prime, the person they were before they got turned into a bioweapon that is permanently suffering. Yeah, that sure sounds like a thing that you want. It's a lot. Oh, the whole Warframe thing is a lot to deal with. Like probably one of the biggest things that like one of my biggest stumbling blocks for Warframe is like just how insanely OP it gets. Like all these are damage, but when Essence Theft reaches 9 stacks, Ahri's next ability and heal the most wounded ally. But this is just talks about how Essence Theft works. So it's not this ability. I should like upgrade something here for like when I'm. The story moves forward in a steady pace, but the flashback thing that came out in December was we need to remember what happened so we can go forward. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure I like the sound of that. And like I don't have like a basic heal in here, but sure, like let's update this, and it grants the stacks of Essence Theft. So sure, let's do that. And yeah, well, the thing that really is a big stumbling block for me, and I got like just one rune shard, and to upgrade anything I need like 2 or more. So I can't really do anything with these except for Ahri. Who's... Did I put this here? Must have. Anyway. But I have like 1 root shot and I can't do like more stuff for him. So okay, let's do that. Okay, this stuff with Warframe gets like so crazy OP. It's like gets so crazy high level. Try to tell. Okay, chat. If anybody else is watching, I don't know if anybody else is watching, but if anybody else is watching, or if somebody is watching the VOD, like, and you should be seeing the chat in the VOD, like somewhere over here. So we're about to get like a big Warframe lowdown. So like, prepare for that. Because my friend here is a huge Warframe fan. Like I'm like I say that like the thing that really is a big stumbling block for Warframe for me. I say that the big stumbling block for me is the like how OP it is. I do like these big mythic events that are like with literally moving mountains, like heroes that are literally moving mountains, like gods that keep meddling in human affairs. Like I like this big mythic stuff. I like these big mythic events. Okay, I like that. But I feel like Warframe like crosses the line from like these big mythic events to just just ridiculously OP. I don't remember like anything about this character. I don't remember anything about this character called the Man in the Wall. I don't remember anything about this character. I remember his face, his stupid ugly face. Is his stupid creepy ugly face. I remember that. I remember that it looked really ridiculous. It looked really silly. Uh, and I remember that I was told a story about him. I was told it, or I read it somewhere. The story about what he was. I don't remember any of it, but I remember that I thought that it was way too crazy. Okay, I know years ago there were the Orokin, the super people who were really bitchy and ruined the soul. So yeah, I as you say that, I start to recall things a little bit. Oh, that will be nice. There's the power of heals. Yeah, let's like spec her hard into healing. This is like the damage one. Yeah, this is like the damage one. We have like two. Okay, so we can like put everything into like one specialization. So maybe we should be like, but no, we do want crit because these ones are like Orokin. Because the soul system was ruined, they decided, oh, we better get another system to ruin. So they sent super adaptive robots through space to build them a relay to travel with. Against my, but these are both useful for her because she's like, these are both damage. Or this is like reduces recovery time by half on the killing blow, attack power, evading. So these are like both useful for her. This is like what? Attack power, increases damage on critical hits, crit, haste, overcharge. Can carry up to 20 overcharge from one battle to the next. That would be nice to have. Should we like remove one of these? No, but kind of need that overcharge on him. Okay, let's not do anything here. Here now, Bolorok, this is the tanking one, and we are speccing him into tanking. So maybe like remove these attack ones. Okay, I removed it for a moment and then it went back. I don't understand this. No. How do I... Why does it sometimes get removed and sometimes it doesn't? Okay, E. This game is very strange with how it operates these. Super adaptive robots. But the super adaptive robots gained sentience, hence why they are called sentient. And realized they're gonna ruin this and started a war. So I assume these are the warframes. Anyway, so let's like spec him all like into all in defense. Yeah, let's do that. Respec them a little bit. Like, is it just me, or is this just straight? Yeah, this is just straight better because he begins with 299, and instead he only gets to 80 only when he's struck by critical hit. So like, this is just straight up better, at least right now. And somewhere before the war, the Orokin also got super impatient and decided to send the colony ship Zariman 10-0 to Tau ahead using the void jump. Of course, it did not go right, and Zariman was lost in the void for an unknown amount of time. So I assume this is where these Tenno people came from. And Ilawi, stamina, lifesteal. Like I did not know what I was doing here. So like let's like remove these and like spec her into healing hard too, or like Yeah, this would be nice too. The end of combat. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we like respect everyone. Not everyone, but like most people. All we have left is like one rune on Yasuo, because we can't like reorganize things. Turns while the Zariman was missing, the Orokin learned technology is really bad against sentience, so they used the infestation to infest people into super crazy soldiers and sent them out to murder. Turns out that was a bad idea, because the crazy infested people started killing everyone. Yeah, enchant inventory. Did I like check? Should like go equipment. Ahri. So they shelved the infest people to turn into warframes until, to the absolute surprise of everyone, Zariman returned. Okay. Ahri has like no upgrades yet. There are these like random items that we got that anyone can equip, but none of them are really better for her. Okay. And nothing really better for her here either. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we got all the leveling done. The whole crew was dead except the children who returned from the void changed. And now they are these 10 now, right? What else do we have in the graveyard? Is there more enemies? This another enemy. And he was, for some reason, he was like stuck. Maybe they were like watching their own grave or something. The whole crew was dead except they. Yeah, right. Okay, Brom, you do your stuff. Taunt. So of course we couldn't have kids with reality-breaking powers running around, and the Orokin wanted to murder them. As you do when you are in power. You make sure that no one else can get power. Okay, this is doing a lot of damage. Like, what the hell? Or did I just not heal him between the heals and ally? Yeah, let's just heal him quickly. Yasuo, you like apply. Removes all debuffs from allies each turn. Okay, so we need to kill this guy first. Vault Sentry. These are some like interesting ideas, like what enemies could be doing in any game. There came Archimedean Margulis, the original space mom, and convinced Bolas to spare the kids. Okay, so you start going after this guy first. Okay, I'm finally remembered to use the healer to heal. You know, at least we got a topic to talk about while we were playing. I will skip most of the story there because it's really complicated here, you don't say. But Margulis found out that Tenno can calm the infested warframes and drive them around and turn the tide of the battle. Yeah, I remember that part of the story. Should like inspire everyone. And Yasuo. And a nearby enemy. Sure, so like, let's go after this guy first. Ahri, you should hit yourself and the other guy. Anytime the ally takes damage, so sure, like do that. This guy is not dead yet. What is this ult? Deals a lot of damage, okay? So sure, like deal it to this guy that shielded himself. Somewhere around that time, the events of the newest expansion, when there was actually peace between the Orokin and the Sentients, which was unsurprisingly ruined by Bolas. I guess that's what he does. Like, I don't like really follow the story, so I don't know really what it's like from like day to day, month to month, like how the story really goes. But yeah, like from the sound of it, I feel like after 13 years, I feel like the story should move past Bolas, because I feel like it should after 13 years it should be doing something else. Maybe that's just me. You maybe know. Shield everyone now. He's still they still taunted. So like, put a shield on yourself. Use the now this guy is shielding himself. Okay. Okay, so you do that. Maybe I should have shielded everyone, because that one guy is just blasting AoE. Okay, at least he's gone. So we'll cleanse the ignite. I don't think that pushed them out of the buff area that they were in. And yeah, let's shield like everyone, because or maybe that now that is pointless, because that one guy that was blasting AoE is gone. But of course Margulis was there, put the kid into timeout zone and transported them back to Sol, where they were put into cryostasis sleep. Yeah. Well, while they were there, they still controlled the frames. Okay. You now, Yasuo, you now start doing these debuffs, because we are now have like AoE heal, not really. So you just heal yourself. So the unconscious children in the bodies of super soldiers won the war, and at the celebration of the victory, surprise! The Ten now murdered all the Orokin. So that was a good thing, I think. Okay, this is the cleanse one. Yes, adds a damage shield and removes all the buffs. Are they still taunted? I don't think they're still taunted. So let's do that again. Sidetracking here a little, the Knight of Naga Drums murdering all the Orokin is like this legendary event that I hope we get to see in game. We'll see. Oh yeah, maybe you, Yasuo, deals 625 damage plus 40 damage per 10 overcharge, but he's doesn't have any overcharge. So like this won't kill anyone. But let's see. Nobody really needs healing it. You need a healing a little bit, but of course it wouldn't be Warframe if it didn't turn out that Bolas actually betrayed the Orokin, teamed up with the Sentients, and orchestrated the fall of the Empire. So while all the Orokin died, he hid somewhere. All right. Do I heal you or do I kill this guy? Is it even going to? Still shielded. And Braum is starting to run out of mana. full shield? Yes, 62 shields. So maybe like add more shield. And Yasuo. Like you do like the end a nearby enemy. So yeah, you do that.
I've been waiting for this.
For assassins, these guys are really sturdy.
Not half bad.
She. Who she? I don't know what the she is for. Ah, she hid somewhere. Margulis hid somewhere. Okay. Is that it? Like I'm reading the second hand. And Brom ran out of mana just straight up. So we'll just he does have the ult, but the ult won't kill this guy. I'll save the ult for like damage. You got some overcharge instead. And you will do like 489 damage. Like save it for Yasuo again. But he really needs healing. Like no, she loved the kids, not he loved the kids. Okay. So sometime after that, the Sentients sent Nata, a Mimic. Yes, Mimic could shapeshift. So of course Bolas tried to turn Nata into a copy of Margulis. Is that like, of course, you say of course, so was it like something creepy or I don't know. Yeah, like it's not at 30% health, so that's not helpful. Yeah, like apply stun and slow. Let's try that. Or he kills him. Let's see. Does he kill him? I think he did. Yeah. Because he got like a damage. His damage was like buffed by one of the debuffs he put on the character. Okay, he didn't do it because he missed the girlfriend he had executed the worst way possible at the time. Of course, that's a thing that happened. Okay, now we have an actual like LOL scene. He did it because he wanted a version of Margulis that would be entirely under his control. Okay.
This place feels broken.
Events that happened long before our time, but still rippling.
Like a leaf on the water.
Okay. I will switch to like Ahri on the overworld. So I think they were staring at their own graves before I engaged them. I think that after that respec I just did, I think that I'm like, either I'm doing less damage because of that respec, either I'm doing less damage because of that respec, or we just encountered something really. That door is locked. Okay. Did I hit it? I did not hit it. I missed it with the orb. He did it because he wanted the version. Okay, so Nata became the Lotus who was leading the Tenno during the war, but then she kind of fell in love with the kids because she couldn't have kids of her own and turn against her kind, alright? And we still don't have any mana. Brom needs at least a little bit of mana to be able to do that taunt at the start. And yeah, removes all the buffs. So that's going to make it more difficult. He will just remove, if I put it as like this debuff on them, It will just cleanse all the debuffs. Nobody needs healing right now, so like you try to like stun this guy. Yeah, Brom needs to put up the shields. Apparently Ahri can like charm this thing. Like Ahri here can charm this thing. Apparently magic. There must be just magic. So after the war was over and the Orokin were murdered in a spectacular fashion, like, just look how much lore are we getting. So after the war was over and the Orokin were murdered in a spectacular fashion, the Lotus put the kids in the warframes to sleep and hid them from the people in Seoul. There is an unspecified time lapse between the Tenno going to sleep and awakening at the start of the game. Could be years, thousands of years, nobody really knows. So the Tenno wake up kind of not remembering their children with space magic, and the Lotus, Nata, kept guiding them around to keep the balance of power balanced. Okay. And you can't put the big shield up because you're out of mana. So I guess you need to make some overcharge. Yeah, that is annoying, and Yasuo is taking a lot of damage from just the AoE. Okay. Defend yourself, I guess. Okay, Brom, you got some mana back, but you now really need to heal Yasuo, like, quickly. Okay, maybe you can now kill something. 625 damage, so you can even kill this guy. Okay, one guy down. Okay, Brom, all Brom can really do here is build up more overcharge. And do you need more healing? No, you need a little more healing. Doesn't say either of them is planning the big AoE. Doesn't say it, doesn't mean that they won't do it. I guess I can do that to quickly kill that guy. And Yasuo. So after the Empire fell, two major factions rose up. The Grineer used to be clone soldiers builders, and the Corpus, the space super capitalists. Okay. And the infestation, but they are like hostile to everyone and want to eat and infest everyone, so they are not like contesting the solar system, they just want to eat it. You know, that's a valid option. Like, sometimes you just want to eat stuff. That's fair. That's a perfectly valid option. Like, sure, maybe you shouldn't be like eating like people, but I wouldn't blame anyone for just wanting to eat. So the Grineer are ruled by two queens who used to be Orkin, and the Corpus are ruled by a board. Yes, board. And let me guess, Boaz is in charge of that board, because it sounds super capitalist, whatever he's doing.
Let's keep the past buried.
The Lotus wakes the Tenno because she needs to keep the factions in check and protect civilians. See, when it says here the buff removes all debuffs from allies each turn. Does it remove the debuffs from himself? Because this is like the kind of thing that is just sometimes can be unclear in like RPGs. Because it says from allies. So, like, are you your own ally? You know what I mean? Like when I was playing the StarCraft 2 roguelike, there was like a couple of these buffs, couple of these like talents you could pick up that was saying like your allied units get like plus 8% damage. Like when they specifically say your allied units, like I expect it to mean like not your units, but your allied units. But then again, like how often do you get allies in StarCraft 2, you know? And especially in like Wings of Liberty. Like if it was the what's it called? The epilogue, where you get allies in every map, then it becomes much clearer. But here, I don't know. And Lotus wakes at the Tenno, and the main Tenno protagonist, Mew, is woken up because a Raynor bad guy wants to impress the queens by getting them a warframe. So after some side quests, exploring the system, meeting the factions that are allied with the Tenno, you eventually stumble on sentient scouts, and Lotus kind of fucks off from the mission. Okay. Is there still a lot? Is there still a lot left? Okay. I will try to get this guy with the ball. Did I get it? No. Does the ball have to like fly back to do the? I think like the ball needs to like fly back because I shot the ball right through them and it didn't do it. So for a bit you're guided by a very old Orokin soldier, and then the Lotus comes back trying to explain what's going on. There you learn that the Lotus was Nata and sentient. Yeah. What I should have called this stream was learning Warframe lore while playing a League of Legends game. That's what I should have called this stream apparently. I don't know if I will remember any of this really for very long. Yeah, this is the guy that removes all debuffs, and this guy applies a stack of mist corruption to attackers on hit. Okay, so I have to kill this guy first, but I have to kill this guy first. Ahri. There you also met There you also mean Nata's father, who's also currently imprisoned in Neptune's oceans. Neptune has oceans in that game? Okay, so he likes to stun this guy. Maybe he gets stunned before. I need to give Braum like mana potions quickly. Increases crit level. Let's do that. And you get to move again. So after you reseal his prison tomb, murder a boss, you unlock the first major quest, the second dream. Also, I think it's Uranus, not Neptune. Either way, Uranus and Neptune do not normally have oceans. So like, I don't know what happened in the story of that game to make Uranus have oceans. And you can now taunt. But you don't have the mana for the big shields, so just defend. These guys are really annoying. Okay, what can you do? Like, let's see. It says it removes the debuffs from allies. So let's put a debuff on this guy. But yes, Uranus has oceans, Neptune is a cold planet, and Venus is also full of snow. At the very least, Neptune is a cold planet. At the very least, we can agree on that. But like Venus is full of snow, like how did that happen? And does anyone need healing? Yasuo, of course. I think I did something. That made Braum run out of mana much faster. Must have, because this is going out crazy fast. Okay, apply the shield. Sure, let's do the shield through this. The teams up with a guy who keeps murdering warframes, the Stalker, when he is trying to find where the enemy are hidden, so you chase him around until you find the moon. Did the moon get lost somewhere? Yes, the moon was missing from the system ever since the end of the Orcan Empire. The Lotus shoved it into the void. Oh, okay. Like, was there like, were there like people on the moon? Did the moon get like terraformed? And Yasuo, like, let's do this. It should kill the one guy, and then of course he gets it off first. Ahri, let's try to stun this guy. Braum. You can now put the shield on. Is it going to be super useful now? Probably not. Surprise. The moon was apparently the seat of the Rockin' Empire since Earth was infested, but that's a different story. Okay. And that just killed everyone, okay? Didn't expect it to just kill everyone here. Like, are we still like going like early on in the main story? I don't mean in Ruined King. I don't mean in the League of Legends game. I mean in the story that we are being told in the chat. Are we still early in that? So after you recover your kid body, escape the moon, the Stalker attacks you on your ship. You fight him off, stuff happens, and you and the kid are left unconscious. Many pieces appear to be missing, so they'll like repair the statue with like bits that are scattered all over. And Space Mom comes around to save you and puts you in a chair. Okay. Is there going to be like a boss here? Oh, we need to feed some potions to Braum. Unless we run out of mana. We still have mana potions. Like 17 mana potions, okay. Did they just use up all 17 mana potions? Oh, there is a big guy here. Okay. I will try to... I did hit him. I did finally hit something. Oh, okay, that's a big one. It's a good thing I healed the mana. More stuff happens, generally picking Tenno School and told some snippets of the story from Zariman Fall of the Orcan unreliably because you barely remember. Okay, so you start by stunning, like I didn't even know. Increases haste by 10% and an additional 20% per marked champion. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, let's stun this guy. Braum, you do Braum stuff. After some more stuff happens, the next quest begins. Mami Lotus alerts you that someone is messing around the moon. So you go there and find the old Orokin soldier. Surprise, he serves the Grineer. And now we defend. And Yasuo, yeah, let's try and put that debuff on the one guy that we're focusing on. It's very nice that Ahri's charms are still working on these guys. So you follow him into a comet base, but you find the Grineer Queens. There you learn that the Elder Queen is dying and wants to steal your body. Oh, okay. That's the thing that happens. So maybe you do this... Sunders the target, yeah, might be useful here. And you try to do the ignites then. Yeah, nobody needs healing yet, do they? No. Okay. You do your big AoE. But this will push them into the beneficial. So no, so let's not do that because it will push one of the guys into. Okay, let's do that then. Yes, under that guy. Ignite both of them. So more stuff happens, the queen tries to shove a little metaphysical spike in your head and you go on a vision quest. In the quest, you relearn your void powers and gain the ability to walk around as your child self. Along with more backstory, you can build yourself from the Zariman time. Okay. So maybe now you do the big shield here. We must still be very early in reading the Warframe story. Must be still very early in it because Bowl Ass still hasn't come up. So after you escape the Queen's grasp back on your ship, you lost the Warframe and the location of the base. So in a cool cutscene, you teleport into your Warframe and end up murdering Elder Queen. All right. So I think this guy is below this 30%. So maybe now I can do this thing, but no, but Brom needs healing. He definitely needs healing. No, he definitely needs healing. And you, Yasuo, you do this thing, but no, it pushes them back. But does it push them back into the friendly area? No. They're past it now. So I can do this now, I think. E. Okay, that didn't heal him as much as I had hoped. At the end of the story you get a choice, what to do with the Kuva, the thing used to steal bodies and do a lot of stuff. And you get to heal a man in the wall for the first time saying a lie. Okay, we got a shield, that's good. And that will probably kill that guy at least. It comes as a real surprise, you just get these weird galaxy eyes and weird voice saying, "You owe me, kiddo," or something along the lines, depends on what you chose. Okay. Ahri got her turn back, so she can heal Brom, power low and heal him because he is very low. This composition is not working very well for me. And Brom, are you off taunt? Yeah, you're off taunt. So I need to taunt again. Yasuo. Okay. Okay, that's a big hit. So even more stuff happens, and we finally get to Ball Ass appearing for the first time. You will have another vision. Visit Lotus in your chamber, and there he is. His ugly, smug, crushable face. I don't even know what the guy looks like. I don't even know what the guy looks like. I keep hearing about him, but I don't even know what he looks like. He takes the Lotus, leaves with her, leaving her helmet behind, which the kid gingerly picks up, now abandoned by the spaceman, left alone with crazy AI on your ship. Spooky. So, what are we doing here? Yeah, the shield to everyone, sure. Do we need more healing? Not right now, I don't think. We can stun this guy again. And we're stuck without Spaceman for 3 years. Who gets the shielding? Yasuo, alright. Yasuo. Yeah, had a 30% chance to gain an extra turn, so let's do that. You try to keep protecting yourself. The next quest, the sacrifice, sets you on a hunt for a very unique warframe. Like this just keeps going. This just keeps going. Did it not stun the guy? Still got a lot of health left. Should I maybe heal Brom now? Let's do this thing that adds this like AoE hot. Maybe it's time you start hitting people. Both by storytelling from Bolas and by witnessing a memory of the warframe Excalibur Umbra, who used to be a soldier turned into warframe because he caught Bolas conspiring with sentients. Okay. And yeah, so he did not get his extra turn. Let's try to do that again. And you got an extra turn instead. And don't really need to heal. Let's try to stun this guy again. A stun immune, of course. These guys are stun immune. So at the end of the quest, you do your 10 mil thing to team up with Umbra after witnessing the one memory he was forced to relive again and again when he murdered his son on Bolas's orders. All right. Statue piece, alright. And got more pistols for Misfortune and a ring. Those pistols better. Like they appear to be like better in some regards. Slightly less crit and slightly less evade. To do that. A higher level. What's the stat here that is covered by the chat? Health. It gives us more health. More health, more stamina, but also more attack power. Not really. We also got a ring. Midnight ring. More attack power, less crit, less evade, more haste. This could be like good, because I'm not really attacking with her. There are some more cinematics explaining what's going on. You see Bolas turned into half human, half sentient, ugly fucker who gives you a sword and sees memories of Nata from the end of the war. All the cutscenes are super epic, I'm sure. They must be absolutely amazing. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, can't go to that yet. Statue piece, can we like repair it yet? No, need more pieces. Okay, let's try to hit this one. We did it. And then he got a friend, a very annoying friend. And so finally we get to the new war. Bolas and Nata Lotus' brother Era made a plan to conquer the system using masks that will overwrite your memory and will. I think that's a plot of a Star Trek episode. Like there was literally a Star Trek The Next Generation episode where they like found a bunch of masks. I think the episode was even called Masks. They found a bunch of these masks. They put these masks on, and the consciousness in these masks took over, and it was like the whole thing felt like some high school drama. Like it was a very weird episode, but it was a very weird episode. And Brent Spiner, instead of playing like 2 or 3 characters in an episode as he usually does, he was playing like 4 or 5 characters instead. Because at some point the writers of The Next Generation realized that Brent Spiner is very good at playing a lot of different characters, so they just kept giving him more characters to play. So Bolas rows you to the capital ship where your friend and mentor is murdered right in front of you. Oh no! What a tragedy. There, in a really cool cutscene, Bolas kisses Nata and opens up a portal. And he opened the portal by kissing her. Like, is the portal into the void inside her mouth? That must be very awkward to eat. You, the kid, try to save Spaceman, but of course Bolas uses the sword he gave you to cut off her hand. And I didn't realize if that really did. Let's see. This doesn't say it can be removed in any way. Let's see if it does remove the debuff from himself. Ahri. Yeah, you do this, Guardian Spirit. That goes off very quickly. He stole her power by kissing her. It's something sentients do, apparently. Okay. And you got your turn back, so what do we do? Random enemy each turn for 3 turns. Well, we don't need random, we need this specific guy down. Do we need healing? Probably not yet. So let's try to stun this one. Yes, we didn't kill him yet. Braum. Like, you give everyone shield because this guy likes to explode. Of course, this guy also has a shield. So, you get a cinematic where Bolas fucking wins and puts his brain washer masks on everyone, turning the Tenno into the bad guys and himself, the orphan on Tenno massacres, returned to guide. And then you are logged out of the game. Are you genuinely logged out of the game? Okay, let's do this. Okay, I guess you try to stun this guy now. Yes, you get kicked into the login screen. That's funny. I guess Brom can like. This guy is still there. What do we do now? Yeah, I just pull over shield. Yeah, you will finish that guy off. You have no idea how surprising that was going through it for the first time. You really lost, and then the game disconnected you. Okay, I guess you will get to do a lot of damage.
Not bad.
Okay, I mean, she can start hitting people, but he's got like 125 health. He's about to die to like basically anything. Yeah. When you log in again, you are greeted with another unspecified passage of time and take control of a mysterious character who has absolutely no powers, no warframes, and a tiny gun. Okay. Didn't we... Isn't this the same door we've been to from the other side? It is! So we just have to go around all this. Is that a graveyard statue piece that we need? Okay, another shirtless guy.
Yet another seeking their end.
And this guy cleanses all allies when he dies, so after the first mission as an adult nobody, it's revealed that this mysterious character is you, adult you without void powers. Alright. So like on death cleanses all allies, so I want to kill him last, so he doesn't have anyone to cleanse. Okay. And that the adult you somehow managed to recover what's left of Nata and is trying to save her. Alright. Like, what time is it? Okay, we're an hour in. Into the stream, and the Warframe story is still going. So. Okay, you need mana or overcharge, so you just start hitting stuff like this. You are doing a lot of damage with these basic abilities, and that's nice. What are you doing? You're targeting your own people. Do we need healing yet? No. I'll put that Paladin Spirit on. Ah, Corrupted Mending.
Get used to this.
And you got your round back, so now you can extend this guy. Sure. You learn how you came to void powers and meet your doppelganger, man in the wall. So the man in the wall is like you? From the future or something?
You deserve this.
Okay, everyone got healed. Including them. Oh, this guy is down at least.
A debt to be repaid.
So at the end, after Drifter, adult you, fed the Spaceman 2 space crystals ripped from sentience, she goes crazy and tries to murder your unpowered adult you. Okay. don't need the healing, so, and this guy is not at 30%, so I guess we'll just keep doing the stun thing. And that keeps doing overcharge. Brom. Then, in a very switch around kind of gameplay, the kid shakes the hand of the man in the wall and gains the powers. You get to see all your alternate versions dying and collapsing into two. Okay. Okay, another guy. Okay, we missed. Oh, we hit him on the backswing. Okay. Okay. I don't think any of these have any special sort of buffs. Okay, yeah. So I guess you just hit whoever is weakest. Stuff happens and you somehow visit the Zazari man to have the kid meet the adult, where you pick who will finish the story. Okay. And I guess you are out of mana, which is not good. Because we need to protect people from getting smashed. Too bad I can't, like, feed mana to you. Okay, and now you're out of mana for the first time, I think. Increases damage taken, right? Ah, you can taunt now. We are using our mana. Okay, I guess you can do something more now. So this deals more damage and adds max stacks of Steel Tempest, and has a 30% chance to grant an extra turn. So it sounds like it's straight up better. So after the very epic fight near the sun, you beat Bolas so hard he tries to straight up murder Nata because he can't control her. So in a desperate move, you put the mind control thing on him. Okay. Stuff happens and he sees Margulis instead of Nata, and they get to kiss again. She sucks out all his power and he just dies with a whimper. Okay. Okay, this guy's down.
You've been waiting.
I think this guy is about to do that big shield to himself. I will save the ult for Yasuo because he does more damage with it. Try to stun this guy instead. Surprise! The man in the wall appears and taunts you, and Lotus, now in cooler clothes, pushes him back with space magic. Okay. Okay, that's a thing that might as well happen.
Here we go.
And you do the big damage. And then it ends by having you choose who you want to guide you from now on. Nata, Lotus, or Margulis, since all three are stuck in her head. Okay. I gotta be honest, I will not remember half of this tomorrow. Because it's a lot. It's a lot to handle. And then the story gets even more wild. Oh, so that wasn't even the wild part. Okay. Okay. There's something in here. There's another guy to fight, but Brom needs his mana. So, Duviri, okay, that's the thing. It follows by the reappearance of Zariman in the system, but that is not really important right now because it's like backstory and stuff, okay? Okay.
Death is like the wind, always by my side.
Okay, these two guys. Unfortunately for Drifter, that deal did not include him. Okay. Drifter, the adult you, is an alternate version of you who had the same deal. Save the kids on Zariman and get void powers. Unfortunately for Drifter, that deal did not include him. Okay. So this is the guy that must die last, or he will cleanse our allies. So kill this guy first, finally.
Knock 'em down.
And now stun this guy again. So Drifter was stuck in the void and eventually got crazy and manifested an entire reality in the void. The kingdom of Duviri, based on a book the kids had to deal with void madness. Okay. He just manifested an entire reality. Okay. I don't know that push actually does anything here. Drifter lived in Duviri as a kid for some time until they grew up into adult, wanted to leave, but the story was not designed for that, and the ruler of Duviri started murdering the Drifter because Duviri was a time loop, and Drifter died like a million times. That must have been fun. Okay. What do I do here now? Sure, inspire. Don't show them the door, bro. Like, we need the group here. Okay. Nobody needs healing yet. So let's try to stun this guy now, so he doesn't heal. Okay, you got your extra turn back, and we now have the ult now, so we can probably kill this guy. Stuff happens. Remember how Bolas cut off Lotus's hand? I think so. It ended up in Duviri, and then you kind of broke out with the hand, so Drifter was able to exist during the previous quest. Okay. So it is like time travel.
That actually feels better.
Kind of.
Back on my feet.
Okay. Let's save the mana and just do this. And this it can probably finish this guy off. Oh, we are getting to the. What do you mean we're getting to the time travel bar? It already sounds like time travel. Because you have like two versions. So next we have Whispers in the Wall. Okay. So because we already have like multiple versions of the same character, so time travel has to be already be involved. If we have like multiple versions of the same character, where like the things that haven't happened yet, have happened to this character.
I can't help but feel the pain of the souls here. It's overwhelming.
You spend enough time in it, it becomes bearable.
Okay. So that was a friendly conversation. This door is locked and has a bunch of enemies behind it. Statue piece, that's nice. It's eternalism, alternate universes and stuff. Yeah, but alternate universes are like kind of time travel, because because for alternate things to happen you need to like go back and change things. Excuse me. You basically find a very old Orokin lab belonging to a man named Albrecht Entrati, who actually went into the void first and was the first to meet the man in the wall, got scared, tried to run. Yeah, this was a statue piece that we needed. So as he escaped the void, Wally tried to follow, and Albrecht cut off Wally's finger, which was then cloned and used as an engine to travel the void. Okay. Like cloned the dude's finger. Oh, we can repair the statue. Did that do something? It did something somewhere. I don't know where really. Okay, we've already been here. In the lab you find Albrecht's boyfriend. Okay. Is the boyfriend going to be important? Who am I kidding? The boyfriend is probably another alternate version of you. Like, either an alternate version of you, or he's like a space pope. Yeah, because it's space, so so the pope can marry. So in a very strange series of, you don't say, you learn that Albrecht is fighting with Wally and he was losing, so he decided to go back in time into 1999. Yeah, that's right. Let's party like it's 1999. A lifeless scarp. Okay. Okay. Do we have to fight all this? We don't have these stealth shrubs over here. So like we have to fight all of this. We don't have pike to like separate them. So this is gonna be a big ass fight, okay. How many waves do we got? 2, okay. Okay. Should have like saved. No, Lloyd the boyfriend is a separate character and he is very nice to you for once, okay. Yes, Ahri, I do hope to see some magic here. Brom, you do you. So the Drifter is the one who is picked to travel back to 1999 to meet with Albrecht, but arrives late. So how do you time travel and arrive late? Like, you suck at time travel if you can time travel and you arrive late. So Lloyd has to figure out how to send you on time. Okay. Now you need to defend. guess you just have to keep doing the basic attack. You get your turn back, and we don't really need the healing yet. Okay, missed corruption. So we will probably need the... So in 1999 there was a group of people called the Hex, who all met Entrati before, and he turned them into half warframes. He turned them into warframes in 1999? Is this like 1999 but like in the different era? So it says it's 1999 but it's actually like 19,000 1999? Is that what's happening? Okay, Brawn. Let's now... Let's see, let's not heal her because she's not taken a lot of damage. No, it's actually 99, but they have warframes in 1999. Yeah, mend yourself. And you are out of mana again, so, which is not good. Since we have still a big fight ahead of us. Around 2000, the infestation first appeared and consumed all of Earth. Radiation wars happened, that sounds nice, making the Earth even more dangerous to live in. Okay, now you can do the big AoE, which we don't need right now. It basically led to the Orokin Empire creation. Okay. I guess you can like give the shield to everyone, because I think the taunt is off. We will need the taunt because there is a second wave. Is he below 30%? I don't think he is. We don't really need healing right now, so you try to stun this guy. Bolas actually designed the Warframe Siren as a portable bioweapon, and she single-handedly purged Earth of infestation. Alright. It purged like alternate timeline? Not important though, okay? Okay, you maybe cleanse us over the mist corruption thing. I mean, at least we have a topic to talk about. So. And you got to stop a nuke from going off until you learn that the man in the wall is already in 1999 possessing a commander of a military group, the Skodra. And Albrecht tells you that the nuke must go off. Okay. The nuke must go off is the newest sequel to The Show Must Go On. The nuke must go... I cannot sing that. I cannot sing that. I was going to sing The Show Must Go On, but I don't remember how the music actually went. Just about the only music that I remember how it goes. Just about the only music that I remember right now is "Carry On My Wayward Son," because I was watching, because I was watching a lot of Supernatural in its time, and because recently Saturday Night Live put out a sketch where, for some reason, they're singing "Carry On My Wayward Son." And that's about actually one of the. And I kind of remember part of how it goes normally. So you team up with the Hex to stop the nuke, but then you rescue Albrecht and nearly murder the commander of Skoldra, and Albrecht wants you to shoot her. Okay. And this guy is almost dead, so let's just not waste any mana on him. You hesitate because you don't want to shoot an innocent woman. Well, innocent as she can be. She's a commander of like a military group, she's not innocent. Okay, now we want to kill this guy last, and we want to kill this guy first, so we have to kill this guy super first. And Ahri is out of mana again. We are losing a lot of mana. I don't know if I screwed up something about this build when I respect people. And suddenly Wally turns into Kid You, says some magic words and then banishes you. Albrecht and himself from 1999. Okay. So the Hex, without you, have to stop the nuke. Okay. You do your usual stab roll. While you get scenes of yourself on Zaruman experiencing the depths of the Hex. You can now do something. So you do that. You can't stun this guy now. I'll just get more essence stuff, I guess, while trying to take this guy down first. Okay. Braum. I guess you just keep smashing. This is a bad time to be out of mana. While you actually get to play the parts with the Hex, all while you are getting assaulted by an absolute banger of a song that straight up came from 1999. Okay. I guess it's that kind of game. We just randomly go to 1999. How did this guy actually get healed? How did he get healed? Okay, you deal that 600 damage to this guy, so we get someone out of the map. So every single member of the Hex ends up dying in progressively worse ways. One is consumed by infestation and eats her friend. Third is shot by a tank. Fourth dies of aneurysm. I don't know what's if aneurysm is worse than being shot by a tank. Like I can't really say which is worse. Because suddenly Albrecht and you appear. Okay? Like, I don't really know which is worse. Being shot by a tank or dying of aneurysm. Like, both seem like they're very shitty things to experience. I have never experienced either. Because if I did, I probably wouldn't be here. But they both sound very like it's a very shitty thing to experience. You died already. Thank you. Okay, Ahri, you can do something now, but this guy is like super high up. Okay, let's try to do that instead. Okay, the aneurysm death is self-inflicted. The girl has magnetic powers and she tries to hold the reactor in place, and she bursts her own brain trying to do it. Okay. And we're not taunted anymore. What is weird with Braum's taunt is that he applies it on himself. So he's like, it's even if completely different enemies come in. completely different enemies come in, then they are still taunted because the taunt is on Brawl, not on the enemies, which is a little bit strange. Okay, you can just finish this. So Albrecht tells you not to mourn the death because the nuke is going off and you explode the Wally and shit, but then being the massive Chad drifter is, you know, say no. Albrecht shoots you, okay? I should see if we can do like some of these enchants. Also, try not to aggro the big guy right now. I got something here. Now, what are the enchants? And you, being the time-traveling Giga-Child, reset the year 1999 into a year-long time loop. Okay. Okay, can we like... we can do like... and it doesn't say what it does, the Zephyr. Like, it doesn't say what it does. Okay, what are we enchanting? This is equipped. Is this equipped? Yes, the characters you can date are voiced by the BG3 narrator and Ben Starr. And the guy who voiced Mario... Which guy who voiced Mario? The original or Chris Pratt? Because, yeah, Chris Pratt has voiced... Because Chris Pratt has voiced Mario now. Which is crazy, if you ask me. Lane focus, speed, power, jagged hooks, and agility, swiftness. Doesn't really say what it really does. Refreshment. Refreshment sounds like it could be useful for Ahri. Like, let's try this. And on whatever Ahri is wearing. Cloth robes, yes. Okay. Epic infusion, but I don't know what I'm really infusing. Kevin Afghani. So I assume not Chris. You're talking about the Mario guy, and not, and it wasn't Chris Pratt. Because if it was if Chris Pratt, if Chris Pratt was in Warframe, then I would think, yeah, maybe he is in too many things. If Chris Pratt turned out to be in Warframe, he would probably be in a few too many things. But it's like the what's it called? The guy who was I forget his name. The guy who was in Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal, that's his name. He was in Mandalorian, and he was in for the Fantastic Four, the latest Fantastic Four movie. And when he was starring in the Fantastic Four movie, Joan K. Rowling decided to make a big smear campaign on him, and she hired this PR company to spin this huge smear company against Pedro Pascal. And it was suddenly it looked for a little bit, it looked like people were hating Pedro Pascal, but it's not what was really happening with this. It was this PR company doing this massive smear campaign for J.K. Rowling, and J.K. Rowling was doing that because do this it was very progressive. We'll never say never. Rebecca Force, the creative director, is collecting voice actors like Pokemon. Yeah, it can happen. But like Pedro Pascal, like the whole stuff with that whole smear campaign against him, like because he's do this very progressive, and J.K. Rowling is J.K. Rowling, and she's a massive prick. She had to run a smear campaign against the guy. Because, like, of course, that's what you can do with your money. How does in this story of Harry Potter, the whole story of Harry Potter is so stupid. Like, and she gets so much money from it. I just don't get it. Anyway, after you get some friendship levels with the Hex, you get to replay the finale where you save all of them. All right. Nothing really else to do here, and there is that big guy that we have to fight, and we also should give more mana to Braum. Okay, I am really running out of the mana potions. Yeah, that's a very good placement of assets game. Okay, so I guess we need to fight.
One step ahead of the past.
And this big guy can't be stunned, so gotta remember that. And he increases haste by 10% and additional 20% per marked champion. And these guys have to like kind of die first. This can't be removed really. Okay. So Braum, you do your stuff. Okay, that's the abridged lore. And now we are waiting for the next story quest, which should get us to Tau proper in the present day. Okay, that's the abridged lore of Warframe up to date. It only took like 2 hours. An hour and a bit. But like, yeah, that's... oh yeah, it's almost 2 hours, yeah. So yeah, that was a lot. I can't guarantee how much of that I will remember by the next stream. Yasuo is still out of mana, so I guess he keeps going like it's not auto attacks, but it's like no, not this. That's not what I clicked. I clicked on this and Spirit Guardian, and I skipped a lot of the lore as well. Yeah, I had a lot, and then stuff happened. Okay, nobody needs healing. Nobody needs healing yet. So try to stun this guy. Oh, he will need healing very soon.
Do you always pick
Braum,
fights you
yeah,
know
do the shield thing. And I guess you just keep attacking. Okay, no AoE attack. I guess you can start doing this again. And you do this. And I also skipped a lot of lore from side activities. I'd assume as much. This guy can be stunned, so let's stun this guy instead. Or I should have healed Braum. Like literally having an Orokin turned into half Warframe devil that you can date. Orokin turned into half Warframe devil that you can date. Yeah, that's a sentence. That's a sentence. Okay, we got the 2 Undying Cleansers done. And Yasuo can also do the big ult damage. there's a lot of details. I also just briefly mentioned, like Targulis and her relationship to Boaz. Yeah, the idea, I just like the whole romance story. I don't like the romance between like the villain and the. I don't know what's that's about. Like I all of the story I am hearing from like second-hand relations, so it sounds very weird. Maybe it makes more sense. It sounds maybe it's less weird when you actually do it, when you actually play through it. But it's a lot of it is like, really? Like a whole freaking 1999 segment, like that's wild. That's just wild. Or his entire plot to betray the Orokin. Yeah, I remember something about this Bolas betraying the Orokin, but like the whole segment 1999. Like these days,
Is it the mustache?
like that is just wild to put something like that in the game. But then again, when I think back to like Star Trek, like they did have like mostly present day segments, or segments that were like a couple of years off. But you know what is weird about how Star Trek treats the present day? Because I will tell you that when the original series released, they did have a few episodes that were set in like present day. Like the first one was when they accidentally discovered time travel. Because it turns out that in the Star Trek universe, when you do this like slingshot maneuver around the sun, you can sometimes accidentally time travel into the past. And they accidentally time traveled into the 1960s. They accidentally time traveled into the 1960s, and the 1960s looked, more or less like the real 1960s did, because it was filmed in the 1960s. But the show also had a whole history written in the 1960s. The show had a whole history, the whole future history for Earth, where in the 1990s, there were these eugenics wars. It was very relevant to the story because you needed stuff to actually get to the Tau in the present day. First, Albrecht. Second, the kid needed to remember what happened. Yeah, but sure, it's relevant to the story they made up, but that they made up that they needed to do the 1999 segments, that is wild. But the Star Trek had this whole future history set up that in the 1990s there would be these big eugenics wars, like that. Khan, that Khan Noonien Singh. Like that whole history, that was supposed to happen in the 1990s. See, here's the problem. Then the 90s came. I also skipped the whole part about the kid's best friend, the sentient Addis, which still pains me to think about. Okay, but then the 1990s came, and the eugenics wars were not happening. But Star Trek was still happening in the 1990s, and they made an episode taking place in the 1990s, in the real world 1990s, and the characters would be going around the 1990s, and there was no sign of the eugenics wars. DE has a very cool approach, and they are trying to shake things up with the stuff they make. They are definitely shaking things up. I forgot what I am doing here. But Star Trek was making, in the 1990s, they were making episodes set in 1990s, and there was no sign of the eugenics wars. Like they have entire spaceship combat segment, Railjack, with accompanying story and entirely new gameplay. Okay, what I was saying. So this was like this confusion because Star Trek decided that, like, when they go back in time to the present day of the show, the present day when the show is made, they have to make it look like the actual present day in the real world, and not what that date was supposed to look like at that time. So when they made when they made the Strange New World, there was an episode in Strange New Worlds, which was one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, when one of the lead ladies went back in time to the present day. She went back with Kirk, with their version of James Kirk, and actually had a whole romance with him and so on. But then, like the 2020s looked like they do in the present day, and there was still no signs of the eugenics wars. And they explained that there was actually like some time travel shenanigans. There was some time travel shenanigans where which like kind of explained why, like the LAN thing, yeah. It was explained that there was the whole time travel shenanigans, that like the events I like sliding down the timeline, and like Can Noonien saying, and the eugenics wars that are like sliding down the timeline. And I feel like eventually we'll hit a moment, when please don't be more enemies in here. Okay, story. I wonder how long this has been here. It's beautiful. Like, please don't be more enemies here. Because I am like almost dead and I didn't save. But this is an idol to past love. People are not meant to dwell on the past. They waste their lives looking backwards. But clearly, someone loved this person very much. To trap love in an infinite loop, that's stagnation. Love changes with time. The goddess encourages it. This love is disappointing. Come on, I think it's sweet. We have no time for sweet. No time for peace. There is no purpose in lives that cannot change. Okay, there are no enemies here right now. That's good. It is getting late and I'm like almost dead on everyone. Moderate group health potion, sure. And also like I'm the man, I'm just running out of mana. You know, Ilawi is right here. If Viego wasn't so stuck on his old, a lot of his story wouldn't happen. Like, none of his story would happen. Like, that's like his whole story. That's like the whole story of Viego. That's like the whole story of Viego. That he's like, as this game later tells it, like the whole story is the whole story of Viego is that the spoiled prince couldn't deal that for once he couldn't get something, and like that's why he did everything he did, because he was just couldn't deal. Oh, there is more stuff here. Please don't be enemies because it's getting late. There is supposed to be like a chest here that I didn't. Hidden like this. Okay, is this gate open now? Yes. Okay, so I guess we did everything here. Okay, and I guess we can rest. So we didn't need to use up all of those potions. Where is the rest area? Here. Sure, eat meal and rest. No conversation. And what's the time? 2:03. We can like start going somewhere. Maybe we can just sell off some things. Go back to the... Okay, just... like sell some, buy more mana potions, because we are just going through mana like crazy in here right now. Please tell me you have like mana potions. Doesn't look like you have mana potions. An orb with a familiar, fearful shape. Party info. Oh, this is for Ahri. More attack power, slightly less stamina, and gets thundering blow. Yeah, I might actually take that. But I need like potions. I need more potions. Does anyone here sell potions? There's more vendors down there. Yes, major mana potions, thank you. And I run out of gold, but sell items that we're not using. Yeah, I don't think we're using that. It feels weird to sell like the original weapon you start with, but no reason to really be sentimental, I guess. The Misfortune's original jacket. This is like 4 gold. You get... Okay. Sell all of these like... Is there a point to having these fish? It's a lure. These are lures. And did not give me all that much anyway. It's like 560 for one. It's like moderate mana potions. Sheesh. Okay. Guess we go back here and then we go left next time. What time is it? Yeah, I guess I might as well just start getting to the end here. Hello, Maokai. Let's just get over there and see what happens. Okay, Redwoods.
Ahri, what could you hope to learn about yourself in a place like this?
The less you know about me, the better off you are, swordsman.
Is it possible to know less than I do?
If we're being honest, Yasuo, the rest of us know a lot less than you.
I am the last of my kind. There is no record of another Vasani. The only clues I have led me here.
To the Shadow Isles? Alone? Kids these days.
I am older than all of you combined.
Okay. Still. We need trust to work together, even if it's brief. Especially if we're fending off certain death.
These sunstones. I've carried them my whole life, never knowing why or where they came from. A clue led me to Bilgewater. Then a merchant there suggested Gangplank recently bought a sunstone from him.
A merchant?
Do not question me. We will help each other and be done with it.
You don't trust her, do you?
She is older than all of us.
It's
combined.
funny that in Ahri's
No,
original story she
I
was
don't
just a
trust her.
fox who sucked up the soul of a guy she
Sense
loved.
conflict in her,
Like it's
but I am
it's
not fearful.
kind of true, but it's not like
Keep
just
our
a
heads
fox.
up regardless.
But that still happened. The story with the guy. But okay, we are in a new area now. So I guess we'll save here and come back to this. And come. It still says 49%, because I guess when you cleanse Maokai's roots, it will progress. Anyway. Yeah, normal saved at this hour. Okay. Okay, so I guess this will be it for today, for the stream. Yeah, but originally she was just a fox, not a Vastaya. Oh, okay. And I think this will be it for today, and on Tuesday I should have another video for everyone. I was thinking trying to make like actual like races or monsters or classes for D&D. I don't think I will be able to make that for Tuesday, at least anything that will be of any good I will see what I can do by Tuesday, if I can make like a player race at least, or like a few like quote unquote monsters for actual D&D to use for a video. But it seems more likely that I will continue with some more Shoestone lore, but not just just randomly talking about the lore of the stuff I just made up, but like focus on how like gods are represented in fantasy, in the fantasy settings, in the RPG settings, and how I was always surprised by how gods are represented in fantasy settings, how different they are from the mythologies that I grew up with, and like represent what I've done with the gods of Shoestone compared to what normally the settings there. So I think I will want to get to that, and like maybe by next week I will have like some like actually like D&D content that people will want to try out. We'll see what I can do by Tuesday. And anyway, yeah, this should be it for this stream, and I should learn how to finish streams faster, and not streams, videos, finish anything faster and not linger on anything, and I'm lingering on it again. So this is it for today, and I hope to see you on the next video on Tuesday. Bye bye.